Hi, I'm Wayne Goodman and welcome to another Wayne's Wizarding Wonders. On these shows I like to look at effects available to the children's entertainer and the family performer. And today I'm going to be looking at an effect created by someone who most of his effects are perfect for either of those audiences. So let's check out The Cocktail by Gustavo Raley. So The Cocktail by Gustavo Raley is an amazing effect. I first saw this on a trailer probably about 18 months ago and I just fell in love with it. It's such a great little effect and I knew instantly where I was going to use it, and in fact this last summer is where I did use it. So I knew this would be great when I'm in the summertime when I get booked by my local council to do children and family shows in a little park. I'm outdoors, I can make a bit of a mess if I need to, although this doesn't. But I'm outdoors, I can use liquids and fire if I want to. I can be a bit more released than I would be if I was contained inside a building. And I knew this would be fantastic for it, and it really was. And I gave them away at the end. I would pour them into a plastic beaker and give them out to the kids, and they loved it. It's a great little effect. I'm going to do a quick studio performance here and show you exactly what it is, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. So this is a live performance in the studio of Gustavo Raley's The Cocktail. Hello, we're going to make a cocktail. I don't have one of those fancy cocktail shaker things and you shake it like this, you do the old Tom Cruise. I can't do that. So instead, this is my bucket, and I said we can use the bucket, it's nice and clean. And I got some cups here, and I said, right, we're going to make a cocktail. Now my daughter's friend, she really likes this tropical vibes. I don't really like her. Well, actually, it does smell quite nice. And I said, well, that's a really cool drink because it actually looks like a cocktail drink. So what we're going to do is we're going to pour some of that into the bucket. We're not going to pour loads in, but just enough to give it some flavour and some colour. Let me just make some room up here because I don't want to knock everything off. And so I said, well, look, we've got a bit of colour now. We've got the tropical vibes, very, very nice. So we've got a bit of colour. I said, now we need a bit of flavour. And my daughter's other friend, she really likes this like fruit shoot type drinks, and she was like, oh, can we have some of this? And orange is my favourite. And I said, you know what, I quite like orange too. I would have preferred to put real orange juice in here, but I said, that's okay, we can use this. This is really cool as well. So I'm going to pour some of this. That can go in as well. Yummy. And then finally I said, look, we can't have you running around here with all these chemicals and numbers that you get in here, so I'm going to pour in as well some water just to dilute it up and just to give it a really, really, really good little mix. So we've got the 3 drinks in there, and now, like any good Tom Cruise style cocktail shaker, we're going to give it a little mix. We're going to mix it like this, we're going to mix it like this, I can take it like this, and I can shake it like this, and I can shake it like this, and I can shake it like this, ooh, shake it like this. I don't sing. We're going to give it a really, oh my goodness me, really, really good mix up, oh my goodness me. And then my daughter, she said, my daughter's friend, she said, actually, I just like the blue drink, I don't really want it mixed. And I was like, what are you talking about? She went, well, can I just have the blue drink? Yeah, there you go. And she went, no, I want all the blue drink. And I went, okay, then I'll try and scoop out. I'll try and see if I can scoop out some of the blue drink. Now, I said to her, I might not be able to do, it's sunk in there now. I might not be able to do that, but I'll see what I can do. If I pull out now, you see we've got some blue drink. I'll put it up here. I really hope I don't knock this over. And then my daughter's other friend, she said, oh, can I just get the orange juice? I said, all right, I'll scoop it out for you. So I went inside again and I'd scooped a big scoop there, and I got out the orange juice. And then my daughter, she was like, it's all right, Dad, I only like water anyway. And I said, that's good, because you can have all the water. And there we go. That is how to make a cocktail and how not to make a cocktail. Ta-da! So that was Cocktail by Gustavo Raley. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to let you know and tell you that I think Gustavo is one of the most prolific inventors and creators in the world. I think he's an amazing magician, and I have a lot of respect for him. I do consider him a friend now. We've become friendly, meeting at conventions over the years and chatting. He produces some amazing effects that they're so obscure and out there, like Toon Balloon, where the balloon comes to life. A lot of things that a lot of people just wouldn't think of, and I think he has a very great brain for being a creator. and I have the utmost respect for him. Now, Gustavo is from Buenos Aires in Argentina, and he comes over every year for Blackpool. So if you're going to Blackpool, whenever you watch this, if it's coming up or next time you go there, make sure you go by his stand. He's always got something there that's a little bit quirky and a little bit different. And like I say, it's highly commercial. Whether you're doing a bit of magic for your grandkids or for your children's school class, or if you're a professional working magician, then I think, you know, you should have at least one thing, especially for the kids performers, one thing of Gustavo's in your act. I have multiple tricks of his that I use regularly, including Let's Go Captain America, and his superhero capes, one I can't recall the name of that right now. I just know he made me my own one of those as well for Super Wayne. So I use my version of it. I will get the name for that, and keep an eye on him because I will be doing a review show on that effect as well. But this is Cocktail, and this is the one, this is I think the trick that really made me realise that Gustavo is amazing. So let's have a look at what you get. First of all, you don't get the bucket. That's my bucket. You can do it with a cocktail shaker if you want to. When I'm out and I'm performing in parks, and I do a lot of council shows in the summer, in the parks, I use that big bucket. It's nice and big and showy, and I really like it. I think it's great value for money. I think you're getting a fantastic piece of magic. A very clever principle is used, very, very simple. There is no work at all, really. There's no sleight of hand, there's no hiding something, there's no switching out and switching in. It's a normal bucket that, and as you saw at the end there, I like to do that. I like to tip out the water so that it comes out, so you can see the bucket is completely empty. There's no dyes or anything like that used, so you can use any drinks. They are literally 3 drinks, or two bottles of drink. One is my daughter's fruit shoot that she left in the fridge, and one is the one that the blue vibe thing I picked up from the shop down the road. And so you can use any drinks, and then you just wash the glasses out afterwards, and you're good to go for the next one. So what is it that you're getting? Well, you're getting the principle, you're getting the glasses, you're getting a special something that you can be used if you need to. With that bucket, I didn't need to use the extra little bit. I'm not going to go into method with it here. And you're also going to get a beautiful routine. This gives me, I would say, between 5 and 8 minutes. When I'm performing it to an audience and I've got a crowd there, and I use sealed drinks, so I get one of the kids up. In the summertime, I'm quite lucky because I know, I would say between 65 and 85% of the children in the audience, I know them, and I know their parents, and they know me. They've booked me, or they're friends of mine. This is a small town, so I can get the kids up and say, do you want to drink this, and let them have a little gulp of it to prove that it's a real drink. And then the bucket looks great. It all goes in there. I haven't got a lot of space here. When I'm doing it in the park, I'm literally like shaking it up in the air like this, and I'm moving around, and I'm being really silly. I get all the kids wiggling with me like this, and I'm wiggling it around. And I was amazed, and if you watch the trailer for it as well, I was amazed at just how much movement I can put into this without destroying what's happening inside the bucket, and how much movement and how much I can shake it around and still pour out the drinks at the end. I really like the scooping in the cup and coming out with it full. It's very reminiscent for me of the Sands of Time, or the millions of different names for it, but the sands trick, where you have a bowl of water and you pour in the sand into them, and then you take your hand and you scoop out the sand, and it's dry, and then at the end the water is clear. And I like to finish with the water. You don't have to, but I do like to finish with the water. I think having the clear drink come out at the end really sells it that none of it's spilt, none of it mixed. Whereas if you came out with the orange juice, then people might go, oh, it's a bit darker than it should, even if it isn't. There's going to be some excuse there. Whereas if it comes out clear water, then obviously nothing has gone into it, and it's perfectly normal. You don't have to use water. You can use any 3 drinks you want. I would advise against fizzy for obvious reasons. And if I'm going to use Coke, what I'll do is I'll get a Coke bottle. And so when I do this for schools, if I go into a school to do it, I talk about healthy eating and healthy drinking. So I want to have Coke in there because I want it to be an unhealthy drink. And at the end, I want the water to come out clear to show how nice it is. So what I do is I pour the Coke in first, and then I pour orange juice, still orange, not fruit shoot, but actual orange juice in, and then water, and then I bring out the Coke. And people, you get the kind of looks of like, yeah, they're mixed together and you can't tell. When you bring out the orange juice, there's a real shock moment because it's perfectly orange and beautifully clear. well, not clear, but perfectly clear that it's just orange juice. And at the end, when you pour out the water, and in that situation, I'm using a jug, so there's actually a lot of water in there, and I'm pouring it, and I'll get a really good pour out of it, filling the jug back up again, and it just looks stunning. It looks really, really cool, very, very magical. If I'm going to do it with Coke, what I did, a lot of, like, I've got a corner shop at the corner, funnily enough, great place for it. At my little corner shop, I've got, they sell a dark grape drink. So what I'll do is I'll open up the Coke and tip the Coke away, or drink it, and then I'll top it up with the grape juice, and it's black, so it looks like it's Coke. And I'll say to the children, oh, I've got this, and oh, here we go. And if somebody says, oh, it didn't fizz when I open it, then I'll say it must be flat. We don't really worry about that. But to be honest with you, in all the times I've done it with the Coke, I can't recall ever anyone saying to me, oh, that's not Coca-Cola. It's in a Coke bottle. It's black. It looks like Coke. And it's not relevant anyway. And in the school shows, I don't let them drink it, so they're not going to go, it's grape or whatever. But yeah, I have grape juice in it to make it look, oh, I just have a bottle of grape juice. But I tend to fill up the Coke bottle with the grape juice because I think it looks nice. So I bring out the Coke, I pour that in. I bring out the orange juice and I pour that in, get the jug of water and I pour that in, give it a really good mix up, bring out the Coke, then I bring out the orange juice, and then I bring out the water at the end, or I tip out the water at the end. And it's just a really, really beautiful and really, really nice little presentation. I've got to say, I think Gustavo's got an amazing trick here, and I really, really think it's a very cool effect. It looks great. It fills a stage. You know, you can perform that on the biggest stage. I get the kids all rocking along with me, and so yeah, I think it's a brilliant trick. And for that, I give it 4 marks. The cocktail is definitely something that I think any working professional could find a spot for in their show, especially, you know, if anywhere really. If you're at the a holiday park, you know, you could do it very easily, just off the top of my head. Oh, I want to take some drinks down to the beach, so I poured in some orange juice for my mum, and I knew my daughter would like some Coke. I wanted some water, and then we were walking along. It was a bit jiggly and juggling. I thought, why are they all going to get mixed together? When I got down there, I gave my daughter her Coke, I gave my mum her orange juice, and I had the water. So there's lots of very easy ways to adapt it and change it for whatever you want it to be. And yeah, I think you could do this on the bigger stage. It's not close up necessarily, but I would do this, and I have done this in children's parties, although I tend to, this is one of those tricks that I tend to keep for those outdoor event parties. So if I'm doing a fete or garden thing with there's going to be 200 kids there and I'm going to be on a little stage, or if I'm booked by the council to do the holiday the shows during the holiday, then this is the trick. I'm not doing it at the birthday, so they're not going to have seen it before unless they saw it last year. And it's something, and I can easily revamp it and make it something different, and the presentation can be switched very easily. So yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I hope you do too. So check out The Cocktail by Gustavo Raley. So that's it for this time. I hope you enjoyed that episode of Wayne's Wizarding Wonders, and another great effect that you can add to your children and your family shows. Every week I'm going to be looking at different effects and ideas. I've also got a few weeks we might throw in some hints and tips as well. But like I say, I hope you enjoyed that. The Cocktail by Gustavo Raley, brilliant effect, something that is very different, and make sure you check out Gustavo's other routines on the site as well. I'll be back with you very, very soon with another Wayne's Wizarding Wonders. Until then, look after yourselves, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.